Timberwolves are going to win the world championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Hey, welcome to Wolves After Dark, and I'm your host, Cameron. Ashwin can't be here today. Wolves win, and while it was a bumpy ride in the beginning, it turned out to be quite a ant theatrics, and Wolves didn't let off the gas pedal in the second half. I thought it was awesome defensively. The rebounding tenacity was the story of the game for me, outside of like Ant trying to pop off for 50, which was amazing. And the hot starts, I think, I've been at every game. I've been here with you guys for every show. My name's Cameron, and what a meetup we had, just a little bit ago. It was so fun to see all of you guys, FJD, Mark, the gang. It was sweet. But now I look like this. And it was so much fun watching basketball again. It's been a minute for me. And it feels embarrassing. I feel like I've been on the road all over. A little bit of update on me. It's been North Carolina, Portland, Kentucky, doing stupid shit. But the most important thing is the Wolves have been kind of keeping pace with the rest of the league, not like stomping teams, losing close games. And the league is kind of changing. And I just felt like I just needed to say a couple things, a couple pennies for my thoughts. I thought I needed to say something loudly. But most importantly, the Wolves win today. 127 to 108, 19-point victory, convincing, on the back and the heels and the haze at the free throw line from Anthony Edwards, popping off for 49, 9, and 18 free throw attempts. That's pretty silly. It's fine and everything, but I don't need to see that every day. But let's go into the chat. I don't know how to do this. It's been a minute. Charlie Barley, that Ant video was hilarious. And I think there's a way for him to do it. And that would be such a cool league thing to have like another current player like lining up courtside to see Luka's debut or revenge game against the Mavs. I cannot believe that trade went down. That trade has really just sent like just a shock through the entire pulse of the NBA, the entire fandom, and even people who don't know anything about the NBA were asking me like my thoughts, and I'm like, it doesn't matter, but corruption. But yeah, I really think that, like, in a nutshell, there's other factors at play that deal went down the way it did, but ratings are now going to be super high. So welcome back, everyone. But yeah, that'd be so sick if Ant goes to that game and then like Luka and pops off for like 800. That'd be so sick. What's up, everyone? T. Kubler. Ant ruined his great efficiency numbers going for that 50 burger. Those last few minutes were sad, especially because most of those shots were like layups. I think he tried to make them a little bit harder than they went to. He went really fast towards the rim, and he's been really good at slowing down when he gets to the rim. But I guess he was just like under the pressure trying to hit 50. Gerald, oh my God, miss you all. Ant is one of the worst end of game scorers in league history. Honestly, I wish I could feel good about this, but man, dude is a bad at the end of the game. I don't know. We'll see about that, but it feels good to win. I guess that's my takeaway more than anything. 49 tonight. LOL. What's up, Daniel? Yo. What's up, Crone? I've heard you've been carrying us. Cameron's been mentioning a little bit from you. I should have actually hit you up while I was south of Seattle, but I'm sorry it didn't happen. Didn't end up working that way. Swerve, Return of the King. I hope that's about LeBron. W. Crone, as always. Oh my gosh, there it is. Feels like I'm on repeat here, saying "Bless up, my friend." It's so nice of you to carry the show the way you do. I'm just like, I'm just filler, and you're the true reason why we're doing this. getting the community involved in giving back to each other. And maybe the time when we need it most, because the world out there blows and sucks. We are Ashwin. Nice. Well, we are Cameron, who was at the game. Guys, he's not the curse. Cameron, you can sleep horizontally with your eyes shut. They have won a game with you in attendance. I think he was 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 up until this game, which is hilarious. And the games he went to Portland twice, Washington. These were teams that are like meant to be wins. Oh, Cameron was the anti-ant in those games. Yeah, good to see you all. 3 for 17 in game winning or tying shots. Thankfully, we didn't need him tonight. Oh wait, we did 49 points, and it was really embarrassing how we had a 21-point lead. It was a 27-6, and then we kind of like we have this like really stupid turnover with Gobert, a couple careless passes, and then they just pop off or they come back, they take the lead. It was like 31 or like 37-31 or something. That's really sad. And then like yeah, then all right, starters come back and make it business time. Good to see that regard. And actually, like even against like the Bulls, we can't really play with our food, right? We can't actually step off because even though they've just made a trade, Zach LaVine, oh my gosh, Zach LaVine on the Kings, it's gonna be so much fun for everyone involved, including him. Reunited with his boy DeRozan. They just made this trade. They're getting crap. They're getting like Zach Collins and I don't know what Chicago's doing. I don't know the plan. They had a really fun, solid looking team, and then they have traded it for a couple white dudes. Little Buzzy Vert, as someone said in Discord. Shout out Discord. He looks probably strong. He looks like a guy out of his league though. Like I think he probably looks like he would have fit better in like the 80s and 90s, but whatever. He's a rookie. Doesn't matter. He'll probably be fine. Ish, what's up? JBJ, I don't know if I remember seeing you before. What's up? Go Wolves. Ant is the GOAT. He's the GOATest of all GOATs. Trundle 29, definitely a trade deadline game. I am floored at the moves that were made. Superstar for superstar. Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. Who knew that's the value Kuzma had? But I think actually it's a pretty good trade for Milwaukee. They get faster. They get maybe more reliable. I think Chris Middleton's health was kind of always in question or going to just start to be in question. And maybe they don't necessarily need the defensive intensity, or they do, but like they might be changing course here and like saying, let's just go, let's sprint, let's go faster. Let's lean into more of the Giannis transition stuff. So, and then like, yeah, LaVine. And then the news broke today. Oh my God, Michael Grady with the pregame call of general soreness to the Warriors. $60 million a year for 2 years. That's insane. You hey, lesson learned for all you kids out there. Pout and cry and whine. You get your way, apparently. I don't know what that is actually going to do because they like basically just like shoved out a bunch of depth for Jimmy Butler. We'll see what happens. Target center is cursed. Yeah, apparently last year we were like 30+ win team at home. This year I think we're just above 500 now, which is like not the worst. But wish we could have done more at home. All these close games we could have taken care of. And you know, there's like it's kind of like a reminiscent of like the Rick Adelman years. There was like a Corey Brewer, Ricky Rubio year, Kevin Love year. We went like 40-42, and we lost like 30 games that were like 5 points or 4 points or less. And we barely missed the playoffs that year. There was no play in that time, but we would have definitely been in the play-in there. It was really fun to kind of like from below, like watch the standings, and every game mattered. And I really liked winning back then. I like winning now. And it's great to just put a game away. But like, yeah, that season was so stressful because that was like the best team we've had with Rubio, really, and we didn't make the playoffs. So moves had to be made, and Moves are being made around the league. We are standing pat, are we? We have like what, maybe 20 hours to go or so before the trade deadline. Maybe there's a small move here or there. There's been rumors about Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but I would hate to lose him. He's been so valuable. You'll see in the box score tonight. He's just so clutch, um, uh, reliable, more than clutch, I suppose. Yeah, I wish we could have had more wins at home to kind of keep us in the standings in the top of the West right now. I think we're in the play-in or just above the play-in at the 6th seed or something. A couple wins here or there, we would have been like higher than the Lakers, higher than the Mavs and stuff like that. But the top of the West is kind of funny, right? We got Houston and OKC and Memphis. Like these are kind of like teams that have a lot to prove this year, and Houston and Memphis are kind of untested. They're very young too, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the West is up for grabs, and that's why they made these moves. So that's why we should probably make some sort of move. Hey, but it's so great to see. It sucks that like Randall's out right now and Dante DiVincenzo's out, but it's so great to see the young dudes getting some burn, getting some play. Jalen Clark, I've heard, has been awesome. I haven't been able to see much of him, but he's just been so fun to watch defensively. We knew that, but like also, how does that translate in the NBA? Well, it looks like it's amazing. And I want more Jalen Clark. I'm a stan. I think a lot of people in the Discord are also fans of him. I think Dillingham has some growing to do, and his layup at the rim that missed. Oh man, so embarrassing. And wish the best for him and all that. But like, these are very pivotal minutes for him to get going because while we have DiVincenzo and Randall out, it's been nice to see other people step up. It's been really nice to see some of the youth movement kind of being actually explored and tested and experimented with. We tried Minot. That's not really happening anymore. And now he's trying a different look. You saw that in the last 45 seconds. We have, the emergence of Jalen Clark, which is awesome. But like Naz Reid starting, this is kind of what we've all been wanting. And like Naz Reid starting has been as advertised. He's been shooting lights out. And Jaden, the emergence of Jaden has kind of been a nice like story for the year, really, for the month of January and everything. He's been rebounding more. He looks way more confident. And I think there was a comment from Jim Pete, where he was like closing his eyes and was like, if you squint, if you just imagine Kevin Durant, there's something there. And when like Jaden pulled up from like the top of the key or something, it was pretty funny. Oh my God, though, I can't wait. Nick Anderson, hello. I can't wait for Jimmy to try and force his way out of Golden State. Draymond will whip that ass. I don't want any visual of Draymond whipping any of Jimmy's butt, but General Soreness might have a new name and meaning as a result of that. The two biggest cucks on the same team. Trundle, I love that. Oh man. I'm never disappointed since I'm loyal to players, not franchises. Yeah, I understand that now. Like, I think I had a lot of friends who were like LeBron fans, and maybe they didn't really like the Lakers, but they would root for LeBron or wherever LeBron goes. And to an extent, I did not respect that. But now, like as I'm growing older, grayer, bolder, I'm like, yeah, all right, fine. Do what you do, makes you happy. I get it. And like I'm just bleeding wolves blood here, and I've been there since the beginning, and I don't really see like me going with, wherever our players go. Like Andrew Wiggins, I thought I would be like excited for him. I haven't paid attention to him one bit since he's been traded. Zach LaVine, I was like miserable when we traded him, and like I was caring about where his success was, but I kind of don't know if I care as much anymore. Things like that. But like, yeah, I know that I'm a Timberwolves fan more than a player fan. But Ant is really making me question that because he's just so much fun, exciting to watch on and off the court. Probably my favorite player since Rubio. Boom. Itch. I'm here because of Ant, Nas, Jaden, and Rob. I love that. Maybe Spolster gets the best out of Wiggins. We'll see. No one's been able to really tap into that mindset of his. T. Kubler. Mavs fans are going to rebuild hell. Oh my God. They're going to be a pretty spicy team. Like there's going to be so much like kind of like grit in that team, and I think Anthony Davis has got a lot to prove. Even like he gets traded for Luka, he's got to perform now. He's got all these fucking bigs around him. That's like a dream wet lineup for him. See what happens. Joker Nation. I'm still a huge fan of Levine. I watched. I actually watched his press conference, and I think he's really grown up. Like I think it's pretty neat to see, and I think it's gonna be a really exciting squad. I think the Kings kind of made a good deal. I mean, I don't know 100% why Chicago did it though. And also, my God, the fleecing from the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox. Did they win? I think they went into overtime, or there was like a it was like a tied shot by Trey Young. I don't know why I'm checking. It doesn't matter. It's the Wolves broadcast. They won. Oh, that must have been like a foul at the end. Wow, I cannot believe that. Wolves back, Simon Waits. Of course. We never left except for when we did. Um, it also feels nice just knowing that we're going to get out of a bench player. I know. My gosh. Like the future is bright for him, first of all. I think we don't know where he fits. Like I do strongly feel like he can fit with any 1 through 3. He could even play 4. Where his role is could be like a Marcus Smart. When we drafted him, did we think he could run point? Right? I'm not sure. And actually, when we drafted him, we also like made all these extra moves. So um I'm actually really happy of like the healthy competition we have. But the problem is these young players need experience on the court. And it's like only when we can like kind of not guarantee, but like expect a blowout can we like like assure that we get them on the court. But here's like 50 seconds at the end of the game for like Terrence Shannon Jr., right? Like that makes no real sense. Like why even dress, I really want Terrence Shannon Jr. out of all these other guys to get a lot more burn. But anyways, we'll see. Nas should start forever. I'm feeling that. I think it just did you see that like early possessions of just the give and go, the pop and pop with him and Ant and like it just flew better. It just like felt more fluid. And it feels like it's a dangerous 1-2 punch. Whereas with Randall, like you kind of expect what he's wanting to do. And Reed, when you do leave him alone, he's popping for 3. When you press up on him, he's driving to the rim. And with Randall, I think there's a little bit more time that's sunk into getting to his shots. And even like kind of he does a little bit of 1, 2, 3. He kind of like does a spin move and stuff. Nas is very like procedural, and I love it. I love it. I would love Nas to start more often, but we'll see what happens when Randall gets back. This is a really good test for us, right? I think this is like what we needed. The fact is, we miss Randall when the games are close and tough and tight, and we are not getting the line. We need someone else to play make, and we don't have that. Like in spades, we have that with Randall. So it'd be interesting to see when he gets back, how he gets back, and if he's like eased into the starting lineup again, or if this is like what it is moving forward. Randall, we didn't trade you, but we're going to kind of start again with you off the bench. Um, Tycoon, you might have to actually tell me what happened with those Gophers. I don't know anything. I'm going to try to finish. Okay, cool. Oh, Marcus Firm. TSJ isn't good. I'm gonna be honest. Well, that sucks. I saw him pop off for 40 plus in the G League. I was really excited about drafting someone like that of his caliber because he reminds me of a playmaker, like a really like NBA ready playmaker. We'll see what happens. Maybe the team knows as much as you do in that regard, and they're not playing him for a reason. So, and he was also hurt. Silent Reaper. Is that Slim? Is that Jaden McDaniels? Yeah. Let's get into the tier list. I am ready for it. Whoa. Oh, there it is. And I'm gonna go kind of quick because I don't have Cameron to riff off of, and yeah, I think there was a lot to talk about, but not necessarily like let's get into all the weeds of all the stats and everything. Nas is a much better fit for Ant at the 4. I agree. So, yeah, it's just so clearly right. It's just so clear watching the game, watching the first few possessions, even just like Ant wasn't necessarily like rushing anything, getting to his shots. Like we had all those offensive rebounds that got like Jaden that initial 3, and then Mike Conley and like Nas hitting that 3, and then Ant hit a 3. Like Ant with Nas, there's so many more threats from outside. You saw like 9 threes in the first quarter, something like that, right? Like it's just so much more like competent in today's NBA. So it's like Yeah, Randall is a great bully. Like Randall's awesome. But like the fit with Gobert and Ant is just not, I don't see it. But there have been games where he has just carried us. And like you see stat lines where you're like, where did Randall show up? And he pops up for 20 and 8, so he gets stuff done without like really needing the ball like an insane amount. However, Nas, let's go. Let's go with the tier list here. It's been a minute. Let's see if I can do this. um nope, I can't do this. We're almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Hey, what does Cameron do at a time like this? He says, some giveaway time. He also says, hey, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and all the above. I'm just some random dude on the internet who loves the team, and I'm just giving my insta thoughts. Not a whole lot of analysis coming from this face, but every now and then I do wish like what I do think about like what could have been if I like really went hard into you know stats and analysis and watching all the teams and being like one of those kind of stat heads. I found myself stressed out when I did that a few years ago, and then I found Cameron and we started this show, and I wanted it, and he wanted it, and we kind of like met at the same kind of pace where we're just like we just want to be casual, and I think that is discomfortable because like you don't want to be stressed out about this thing. This is just your hobby. They don't care about you, right? You care about them way more than they care about you, and you get out of it what you can get out of it. And I find a lot of thrill and excitement out of the game, but I find a lot of joy in like doing this with everyone else, right? The community building aspect has kind of been such a sweet spot in continuing watching the NBA. Like I think some people find it with like fantasy football or fantasy, leagues, or sometimes people do it like group thread chat threads and stuff like that. This is us. This is what we do, and thank you so much for all the support along the ride for this entire season and beyond. We're not leaving, even though it feels like sometimes I'm not here, Cameron's not here, we're not here, we're not leaving. Okay, cool. Moving on up. Let's talk with no Joe Ingles. Oh my God, what do we do about this? Joe Ingles, Leonard Miller, Josh Minot, Terrence Chan Jr. all got to play. I'm not going to talk about him. Let's talk about Luka Garza in his 7 minutes. Team low -7. It felt like it. I think he got owned, and it wasn't even close. I think there were moments where like they pulled Minot with like 14 seconds that one time. He came in, he let someone blow by him, and then they yoinked him. That should have happened with Garza. This was bottoms. This was awful, and that's okay. It is just fine. But I don't know. There's a reason why you're not playing, and there's maybe a reason why we were thinking, oh, that'd be so fun to have him out there, but he doesn't do shit on the defensive end. And they were targeting him, and we recognized it, and the lead was like 18-16, and it was completely collapsed when he was on the court. It was crazy. Rob Dillingham, 15 minutes, 1 for 6 from the floor. His only real make was a 3, and that was great to see and everything, but nothing inspiring, really. I think there was like a steal-ish that was kind of cool, but then he didn't transition. Like he couldn't find the opening to kind of go to the rim or use his talent and skill to like thread through the defense in transition. That play meant a lot because like he didn't get anything off that. We didn't get it. So this is kind of like a D'Lo performance. Meh, probably D'Lo. And then let's talk about some of the other bench mobs because like they got a lot out of Jalen Smith in the first half and Javon Carter for some reason. And Jalen Smith looked pretty nice tonight. That's probably because Luka Garza and like other players, right, really didn't press up on him. But Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 26 minutes, 4 for 10, 4 for 9 from 3, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Awesome. I loved it. Can't say enough about him. I'm going to probably give him a nice. Jalen Clark, equally. He's not probably given the offensive responsibility. You noticed that late in game, he was kind of like finding Ant, finding Nas, not wanting to, have the ball in his hands. And that was fine. I think I think he's very confident and he knows his role, and he's not really putting us ever in a position where it's like, oh, why is he out there? That's kind of like the testament of like a really sound rookie. It's like, man, he's not ruining it for anyone. He's exciting. He's really bodying up anyone who's bringing the ball up, even when it was like Ayu Dunsumu, right? Like, I don't know, and I'd probably even mispronounce that guy's name. I think Jalen Clark is effing nice, man, and I'm really excited about his future with us. I'm gonna kind of transition real quick back to the comments and see what people said. Oh, there's no old tier because I'm bad at this. Where's the old tier? Let's do one now. Uh, uh, I don't know how to do it. So we're not doing it, just like close your eyes and vision squint, like how Jim Pete thought that Slim himself, what was it? Silent Reaper himself was Kevin Durant there. Squint and you'll see an old tier somewhere in there. There might necessarily be an old tier in terms of results though tonight, because I thought our old players played very well tonight. So let's move on to the starters. Let's actually even start with like Mike Conley. I think his kind of trepidation from like trying to start getting everyone else involved was great and everything. I think he had an early three, and then he was chucking a bunch on the second half. He was very aggressive and missing, but you can't argue with 9 assists, 0 turnovers. You can't argue with just setting everyone else up. 8 points. We don't need him to score, but we need him to be a threat. I think Conley was absolutely nice. And this feels weird to not have like more tier separation between meh and nice. I would have probably put him, if there was such an old tier, he would be right there. Old, meh. Look at me with my clickety clackety keyboard. Whoa, there he is. He's old and meh and nice. That's what you get with me at the helm here of the tier list. Moving up next, Rudy Gobert. This is why we have him on the team. He's not carrying us. He's not screwing us over. There's a couple plays where his hands were just butterfingers, and that's what we expect out of him every game. But he was sensational, and he was fronting Vukovic sometimes and got a couple steals, recorded 3 steals, 3 blocks, 10 points. I don't want anything more than that. No threes. But here's the stat of the night, almost. 9 offensive rebounds, 15 total rebounds. My God. That first possession kind of gave me a lot of juice carrying me through the instant timeout from Chicago and like the early run from Chicago. No lead safe in the NBA now. The way that threes are being thrown at us, you have to defend the 3, and it's so hard to play in the league when you can graze an elbow and that's a 3-point shot. Like, oh my God, that was so stupid. Like Jalen Clark barely touched hair on the elbow. I think it was like Patrick Williams or someone. And then they got 3 free throws off of that. But like, it's so hard to defend the 3. And so no lead is safe is basically what I'm saying. And we have a player who's starting who's not a threat from 3. So we have put an asterisk on our team and making it harder for us to kind of like get to the rim. However, whoa, 9 offensive rebounds, like sick, 60 rebounds total, right? Like, whoa, that is incredible. Take our size, to use it as an advantage, and stop possessions. Like, so much in the season has been like, how do we fit in? How do we make Randall and DiVincenzo and everyone else fit in? How do we get the offense going when Ant is not in there? Why is Rudy Gobert kind of a shell of himself? Why does he look so old? Oh man, like it just took 40 games, but he's looking spry as F right now. And I'm really excited to see how he takes the second half of the season, because I think this is going to be so imperative, because while we're not maybe necessarily making the moves that other teams are making, we still have one of the best defensive players in the league, and he's showing us why. 9 offensive rebounds isn't even a defensive thing. It is like extending possessions. We can feel a little bit more safer in our play. And like Ant was running and like trying to like rush for 50, and Gobert was there as like a security blanket. Like not saying that the lead was in the balance or the game was in the balance or anything, but like Ant was kind of screwing it up in the end, and Gobert was there to kind of pick up pieces. Garbage man himself didn't play like garbage. Where is he at? Here he is. Cat. Loved it. And I want to see this for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be crucial. For every miss can be like a transition the other way, right? Like, I really think that you just stop that, and then you also try to extend possessions, slowing them down. That's kind of like running the ball in football. Like, you don't let the other team have a chance. Pretty sick. I loved it. And I'm going to go to the comments here, just making sure I'm not like off base. Yes. I want Rudy to work with some jugglers. Rudy can get the job done when he has help and motivation. Rudy did so good tonight. Happy for him. Rudy is a quality center. Despite his offensive issues, he's still better than 60% of the starting centers in the NBA. You're right. Also, did you note tonight that he was not like doing anything extra? Every now and then I see him doing a behind the back pass. No, none of that, please. Every now and then I see him kind of doing a little dribble pirouette, like hook shot or underhand thing. None of that tonight. That was great to see. And it's crucial that we don't waste possessions when we are kind of like hoping, willing that when Rudy gets the ball, he goes with tenacity and just throws it down and just out muscles his opponents, because he can do that. Sometimes he's soft, and other teams know that, right? So it's like, play differently, play stronger, and like the idea to attack Vucevic early and get the hands in front of the pass was awesome, because that 3 steals, I don't know if you noticed that, but those were almost all transition into something pretty positive for us. It was great to see. I am ignoring your comment, Butterfly, because that would be not what I want to see. But I'll throw it up here anyways. All right, back to the tier list, because I have one screen. I can't do this. I need another screen. That's what I need to do. Moving on. Jaden McDaniels, hell of a game tonight. I think he's had a sensational turn. I don't know what happened, but something is really in. Like, he's eating his Wheaties. He's looking stronger. He's getting the rebounds. He's like 8 rebounds. This is something that has not happened in like 4 years in the NBA. Him getting any stat line outside of just like minutes and running up and down the court. And we would always question like, what the value? What's this value? Like, we keep seeing it in like spurts, but not like sustained. But we've seen it bulk out for an entire month plus, where he's like in 20 plus points sometimes, and that's awesome. Like, that first 3 of the game was awesome. That transition 3 was great. I think he has so much more game, especially when Ant was out. Who did we play against? Like, I think we played against like the Hawks or something. We lost. He like popped out for 27, I think. And that was incredible to see, because I think also like we didn't have Randall either, and he could carry our team. I think that confidence is rising. We are trusting him more. I think the early season issues were just confidence and, kind of not sleeping well. He was a new father. There's all sorts of like, shakeups to the starting lineup. So like, where does he fit? Why is he not looked at more? And everyone needs to get the rhythm, and his just took time, and he's been very patient, and understands that it's not a 1-game season. It's like, it takes, you have to kind of like mount work together to like build into something that's more sustainable. So I'm just loving what I'm seeing from him, despite his stat line not looking the greatest. It's 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 fouls. He's not like fouling the way that I remember him doing, like where you would breathe on folks and they would get the foul call. He had a block shot that was so sick. Can't believe that ref didn't see it. Was not a foul. I think these refs are crazy as F. But 5 for 10 from the floor, so he's not hurting us. and he's shooting with confidence. Like I think we could use him more. I think we could exploit the fact that he's like at this like peak level of confidence. He was cash tonight for me. And let's see if I can do this here. Boom. And let's see what you guys say in chat real quick. Cash. McDaniels number 1. In fact, he's wearing number 3. Jane McDaniels looks locked in. Silent Reaper. Seatbelt. I didn't really like the seatbelt nickname, but it was cool. Oh man, you remember like he would be like the Luka killer? Like he would like stop Luka? Well, anyways, that didn't happen in the playoffs. Or now with the Lakers. We'll see what happens. Sin Embargo. Who is the most overweight on the team? That's me. I don't know. I don't know what kind of question that is, but there it is. Nice question. Cash for sure. Ant fuels Jaden. The bap bap. That's cool. It's a cool handshake. It's been there for 5 years plus, and it's awesome to see. All right, moving to the next player. Nas Reed, yes indeed. Plays well. Also kind of seeing a lot of like statistical numbers going up in his direction. You know, when we started the game, we were lights out hot because he's such a threat and you have to stop him. And he presents such a unique challenge because he has playmaking ability. He has stopping on a dime. He has a couple moves in the paint as well as in transition. He has a really good handle. And like the players who are defending him, they have to be smaller to stop his handle, right? And they have to be bigger to stop his penetration at the rim. But then he just pops off for 3. He has such a fast, quick release that works so well in tandem with Ant, who likes to get off and then back on with the ball, right? Lots of give and goes and stuff. I just love the pairing of those two together. Finally, we're seeing some of that kind of like pay off also with like the fact that, you know, he's starting and like years in the making when we would have Ant and Cat and like they wouldn't kind of play together as well. I think the Ant and Nas is doing wonders. Small sample size. Let's see how it grows and kind of like matures. But love it. Cash. Tierflation for sure. Because I don't care. It's a win. But also just love to see it. And his efficiency is out the roof. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. 6 assists for Nas. That's even better. That's almost like Cash to A1 territory. There was one player tonight. Who might have actually spoiled his A1 chances, but gave us so much juice and life and story to this game. Anthony Edwards, divine number 5 himself, 49 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 17 for 18 from the free throw line. Oh my God. The one free throw he missed would have put him to 50. 17 for 18 from the line is nonsense. But the one free throw he missed would have put him at 50. 6 for 14 from 3, which is not something I like to like talk about much, but he has been remarkable from 3. So like let it fly, I suppose. 13 for 28. Overall efficiency has been pretty damn impressive. Outside of the turnovers late, outside of the heroics trying to get to 50, I loved this performance because he also wasn't really forcing it until like all the subs were in and then he was just taking over, right? I think also there were moments where he found his shot and he wanted to keep going. You can't really fault him for that. Chicago maybe is on the decline, but when his shot's not falling, he's not doing that as much. Or when he was doing it, you see it and you kind of you have like, you know, bad reaction, you have bad stomach and reactions, a little acid. But when he's making shots, you can't really complain. That's our weapon. That's our DNA of our team. And he was taking over this game. All sides of the ball, getting the line, shooting up threes, playing defense, getting steals, getting rebounds. He was everywhere. Tierflation, we won by 20, essentially. 127, what was it? 127, 108? 127, 108. 19. That's an A1 for him. And kind of a celebration of basketball in a lot of ways. Like we got very, very up early, and it was a team. Oh my god, I've lost you guys. I hope I'm still here. Oh no. Oh, phew, phew. But yeah, we should. Oh my god, Butterfield. We should have just given him an extra point. Just that tech you had complaining about a foul that actually was a foul. Let's just give you a point instead. Let's just give him 50. We're basically letting players play anyways. What's a travel? Oh man. Uh A1, Anthony Edwards. What's up, Maurice? You're just chatting. I'm so sorry, my friend, but also we'll see. Dallas seems like they're gonna be still a fun team to watch. You guys really bolstered the lineup in the offseason. So I'm really, really concerned, shocked, as we all are, about like why this move actually happened. But there was that moment when you guys got to the finals and he was drinking a beer and they like ripped it away from him and they would question his health. Oh my god, why do you do anything negative when your superstar is Luka Doncic? You just ride him, you pay him, you do everything around him, and you did. And I really felt, I don't know, you know this, but this trade made no fucking sense. Thank you so much for joining the show. And whoa, 143 to 117. The Pelicans are such a surprise. DeJounte Murray goes down with injury. Zion Williamson in and out of the lineup. It's such a fun team. They are miserable. Maybe they should do some trades, get something going. They have 20 hours left. If they have not thought about picking up the phone, maybe try. So I think they have some pieces they could get a lot of value out of. I think Trey Murphy's just like kind of just a caged lion. Hey, shout out Derek Williams, D Will. On a team that's miserable, he could get somewhere. He can go somewhere and get a lot of value. Wow. And then KD getting rumored to be moved. Bradley Beal. What's in the water in Phoenix? The West is nonsense now. Houston, OKC, Memphis, Dallas, Los Angeles Lakers. Even though the Clippers aren't really making moves, the Clippers are still there. Denver. The Kings with the move. I think they're going to have a nice spry step. We have Monk and Levine and Sabonis. No defense, all offense. Let's go. Keon Ellis is the most valuable player on their team. The Warriors, like hair over 500 with General Thronis himself. Jimmy Butts. Jimmy gets butts. And then the San Antonio Spurs make the trade that I will say will catapult them into playoff contention. I think they will be in the play-in this year. And I think one of these teams, and I don't want to name names, I don't want to definitely name the Timberwolves, but like one of the Warriors, Phoenix Suns, Kings, Wolves, Clippers, Lakers, Nuggets, they're going to be out and the Spurs are going to be in. Oh my God. It's so scary. They got to extend the play-in tournament to like all 16 teams. Oh, that'd be so stupid. Anyways, that's the tier list. Hope that was something. Well, it was something. I agree about the Spurs. We'll see what happens, but yeah, Tycoon dub. The West is stacked. And just as a casual fan, I haven't really been watching the rest of the league. Houston is fun, man. Houston, they call them the Terror Twins or the Tower Terror Twins or something, like Terry Eason and Amen Thompson. Wow. Underrated, hype as F, young dudes killing it in the league. You gotta love it. You have to love it because there's this like dying breed of, just give a shit players that once they get their paycheck, they just tap out. Oh, these guys are giving it their all, and I just love it. I love it. I love that team. I think their team is very fun and exciting, and like the Dylan Brooks reclamation here, where he's just popping off for three now. He's like one of the league leaders in 3-point percentage. You got to say, hey, let's go. Let's see what happens there. Memphis, like, quite don't understand why they're doing so well, but they have a lot of depth but they're all beatable. I really think that in a 7-game series they feel beatable. And you know, with the Silver God and himself giving the Lakers this gift, Lakers are going to be, they're 10 games above 500, and my God, they didn't feel like it. But now with Luka, we'll see what happens. I mean, what's their defense looking like now, right? Like Jackson Hayes, who like Markieff, who's their other 5 now? Markieff Morris, something. Denver's looking awesome now. They finally figured out how to utilize Westbrook. It's going to be a bloodbath in the West. And, I wish it would be a guarantee that we'd be in the playoffs and everything, but like, this is going to be a fun second half of the year. Let's just take care of business and beat the teams we're supposed to beat. I like this comment quite a bit because, part of me with this ridiculous trade that just like shocked me to my core. We got the Wemby and the Spurs. We got all these young players, Paolo Banchero on the Magic, and all these young players that are just like rising. It's awesome. It is so fun to see. We need another new face apparently, but maybe we don't. We just need a lot more parity, and I think parity has been really healthy for the league. And maybe they don't want the parity; they want like the all-star studded teams to really like, promote like the casual audience to like pay attention to. Like when the Warriors were that amazing, everyone was a Warriors fan. When the Heat were amazing, when the Heatles were there, like everyone's a Heat fan. They want the Lakers to be good. They want the clash of the Knicks and the Celtics and the Lakers. They want all that, like, because that's just gold for them. But I think parity is what's best right now in the NBA, and I think every team has something really, really exciting, and maybe outside of a couple. But I don't know, man. The Wizards just got Middleton, and Toronto got Slow-Mo, and I think that's just super sad. Like, I think Slow-Mo deserves better. Hopefully Slow-Mo gets bought out and goes to a contender. Maybe in the East. We'll see. Guys, whoa. What is this? Oh, you are messing with my mind. I don't even know what to do with this. I'm happy to see it for real. They're around my age and a little younger. I love it. The old heads have been talking real crazy lately. Amen to that. They want real ball, but they won't let them play physical ball anymore. Yes. Oh. Slow-Mo's going to Detroit. Detroit's being seen as like a nice, fun team now. It's cool to see also like Malik Beasley getting some actual meaningful minutes too. Okay, guys. Gals, by non-binary pals. 10:30 p.m. CST. It is time to go. Love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Wolves win 127-108. 49 points from Ant. Let's see if we make a trade. If we don't, I don't know. Do we talk about it? If we do make a trade, we'll probably talk about it. Either way, we're going to talk about it. And good luck getting some sleep. Thank you so much for joining us. Cameron will be back soon. I will probably be gone again, which really sucks because I love being here with you all. I think the stream is just such a cadence to my life that I need, and like seeing you all, as well as just like Discord. I miss it when I'm like out of town. But that's enough about me. It's all about you and the team. Let's go, Wolves. See you next time. Intro as the outro. 52 wins still in play. Cameron, you won a game. You're not the curse. Peace.
Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the world championship.
Edwards